his mama. Another day, another road trip. We're not here to shop. We're just having, well, I'm having a coffee. We are still driving into nowhere. There we go. We're crossing over the River Tweed, which is the border between Scotland and England. Let's see if we can catch the sign. Oh, there it is. Do you see it? Do you see it? Do you see it? England! We are in England. First stop. Ah, yes. It's a big stony mountain. How do we get up here? Well, let's see how much you can actually see. It's assuming this is it. Oh no, I can see something there. Are these the cup marks then? So we're at the Routin Linn prehistoric cup and ring rock art, it's called. Ah, cool. You can see that one somewhat well. Don't know, the camera sort of like, do you see the rings? Camera kind of swallows it up. And here's a smaller one, that's spiral. Ooh, there's some deeper cup marks here. And one shallow cup mark. There's a cup mark right in the middle of the spiral, and then a couple side by side. Yes, why not take time to look at some rock art? So I found another spiral like this. It's so hard to see. Maybe I should crouch a little. Can you see it now? And ooh, right. Spiral here. It's a bit easier to see. A spiral there. If you look over there, there's a bigger one. You see it in the middle, and then like this. There's a small one. Another small one. Yeah, this is fun. Ooh, this is the bit I saw earlier. We've got this. It's weird. It looks a bit like a keyhole, doesn't it? Very nice. So this is the outer end. There's an interesting shape here, which looks a bit like a foot, doesn't it? It's deeper than that. I think it's probably just two connected cup marks, but it's very interesting. It's warm, I would say it's maybe 18 degrees. It's very foggy as well, very low cloud. So whatever hillfort action we're going to get today, we're probably not going to get much of a landscape view. But the next 2 days is going to be better.
There's nothing, so it's even to the.
You can see the individual cup marks in this line. Look at this. So it's kind of den down there. Don't know how easy it would be to get in there. The Routin Linn waterfall is probably towards the end of that. Yeah, there's a little path that follows the course of the water. It's almost like being in a rainforest. Yes, I think I can hear the waterfall. Ooh, I can see it. Can you see it?
Yep.
Ho ho ho! I can. You know what this reminds me of? Reminds me of the Nino Den
Yeah.
in Fife. There's a few graffiti, probably not Neolithic. This cave is not particularly deep from the looks of it. I can see the end there. Whoa, beautiful. I love how it cascades just along that road. What would it be like to just lie there and have the water drip on you? This is on top of the waterfall. There's another little one. It seems to be a cup mark there. Top of the waterfall. There's a fort marked on the map. Could be right in the middle of it because it's got some heightened edges here. There's no information about it. I'm out of breath. Just came up a hill. Okay, we are on the edge of the Northumberland National Park. There's a hillfort behind me, which we're not going to because there's a better hillfort up there. But that one is called Brough Law Hillfort. And we are near Wether, parked in the Wether Common Green, I think it's called. And the weather is still like this. Please do not expect to see any landscape, but well, this is just what we decided to do. I am hoping though that we can fly a little bit and see some of the wall. Can't get too far away, obviously, but well, maybe we'll see a little something. So I suspect this is our hill fort. Humbleton Hill, that's what it's called. Enjoy the landscape before we go into the cloud. It looks like the top. That's maybe part of the wall there. So, this is the top. What a view. I can see a round shape there. Wonder if that's a brough or just a roundhouse?
It'll just be a roundhouse. You don't get rocks in England.
Okay, just a roundhouse. Beautiful barren landscape. And then there's this cairn here, which is probably modern. It's got a little seating, makeshift seating there. Wow, oh my, there's quite a bit of rain coming in from that direction. We better get off this hill. As if you can hear me talk, it's all in this wind. But yeah, I think we're gonna try to escape the rain now. Okay, it's time to go back and finally get to accommodation. Wether. And some landscape has opened up. Ooh, nice hills back there. Yeah, it's starting to clear up now. Now, when we arrived, pretty sure it was kind of like cloud was sitting on half of the fort. Well, this is the landscape. Let's have a quick look at this house here. Abandoned old wooden house. It's pretty small. I'm gonna climb inside for a change. You can see the top of the Hillfort from here. Yeah, you can see the wall pretty well. Oh, look at how well you can see the wall now. The sun is coming out. Look at how it's cleared up. Oh well. At least it's beautiful now. Bad view at all, so we're going down to accommodation now. You can see them. It's the Roundhouses. Okay, here we are, Middle Bean. That's us. Let's react. Well, here we are, the Roundhouse. It's a wooden, I suppose, kind of glamping place. Okay, I did not film the first round. So yeah, it smells amazing in here. Here's me and my stuff. So there we are. Let's zoom out like that. It's just one big room with a bed, nice bed, storage, tiny kitchen, and a beautiful view. Beautiful view of Hillforts. Where are they? Where are they? We're gonna be visiting them tomorrow. Now there is an outside bath. Oh no, wait, that's just the toilet. Cool, nice. Shower. That's a nice scent, and here's the... Meh. Okay, now I got it. Ah, that's what that looks like. It's pretty small. It's just a bath. Here. Definitely be taking a bath later. Remember, figure out how to fill it up. Colours and size studying maps. Let's get a shot of a building here. This is the kitchen. Got a toaster, coffee machine, hob to cook on. And there's a fridge. It's not bad, we should probably put our food in the fridge, to be honest. And then this little oven. Although perhaps, is it for heating or is it for baking? I think it's for baking. My guess would be that this is for the bathtub. Spread all of our stuff around anyway. There's a nice little baked goods waiting for us. And I found the coffee pods for the coffee machine. Ah, they are homemade. I like these chairs. Just get a view. Yes, I got straight into my jammies. The view is great, I'll give you that. When we phoned up and asked about flying the drones around the Hillforts, the man was like, "Oh, don't fly it around the Roundhouse," because apparently an influencer, that's what he called it, stadiums flying the drone, I suppose, to show the landscape and the Roundhouses from afar. Somebody was bathing outside and they, I suppose, complained about. Of course, nobody wants to get filmed by a drone when you're in the bath. So that's fair. But yeah, if that person ends up seeing this video, I don't know why they would, but if you are that person, if you happen to know who that was, I'd be curious. I can see some farming vehicles going there and from. And I can hear the sheep. Here are our forts. Okay, so these are different hill forts. I think that's Wether Hill, but I suspect that that's where we're gonna go tomorrow. Brough Law, I think it's that one. Yeah, I think it's that one, according to Google Maps. But yeah, I don't know, hill forts everywhere. There he is, some farmer going up and down, having a view of a bathtub. How are we supposed to bathe in there privately? Anyway, it's fine. I'm sure he's not looking. The sky is starting to look really nice. You probably get super sunsets. So here's my dinner. I'll have one of each with my tea and salt. Oh, I hate digital stuff, sorry, but I managed to turn the lights on. I prefer light switches, honestly. It kind of takes away from the view, but say relax. That's better, what do you think? It's a nice evening. Better get that bath on. There's that fire pit, which I don't know if we'll end up using it, but it does exist. What do you think about this light? I think it's called Moon. It's a bit more atmospheric. Somebody's meditating out there. How dare they? Oh, now the sky shows up much nicer. You can't see anything. Our bath is ready. It's like sun is going down. Oh well. And it's cold, but I'm ready. I'm ready for my bath. Alright. There you are. outside bath. That's atmospheric. Just wanted to show you the view. And now as the sun goes down, it's starting to see stars. So maybe soon enough we're gonna have a bath under the night sky. That's great actually. Yeah, if you ever come here, don't forget to have the bath outside. Oh, it's a pleasant. Yes, this is great for summer. The wind is just about warm enough. How many hillforts can you see from here? 7?
Could be that.
Could be. It's a nice day today. If my assumption is correct, that's a hillfort. And somewhere there is an Iron Age village. There's a massive ditch here. So our Iron Age village, Ash is Greave.
Grieve's ash.
Of course, Greave's Ash should be sort of in this area. So let's explore a little bit. So there's a hillfort over there. This could be part of the hillfort feature, defensive feature, or this could be part of the defensive village feature. I think we found it. This housing remains here. But why are they square and not round?
The rectangular buildings are a particular type of building that you get in Northumberland.
Oh, in the Iron Age.
Yep.
Fair enough.
So even though roundhouses were the most common type of house in Iron Age Britain and Ireland, in Northumberland there was a particular tradition of building rectangular houses. But it's possible that some of them might also be Roman as well, because this settlement was occupied. You know, it was an Iron Age settlement, but it was also, you know, it was lived in during the Roman period as well. But my guess would be that these houses are part of this particular Iron Age tradition of rectangular houses in Northumberland.
So let's walk around. According to Connor, there's a lot more to see from the ground than from up in the air. Certainly are very, very rudimentary remains. Nice view. Ah. Okay. And these look round, though.
Yeah, it's a roundhouse.
So we have, I don't know if that's a full house, it's a bit small. But yeah, here's a roundhouse. Cool. The name of the hillfort itself is just Greave's Ash Camp. A lot of the hillforts seem to be called camp in this area. You can see a big wall. Kind of runs along like that. Runs along there and then keeps running, and that seems to be part of it as well. So it's quite a big wall actually. So we're coming up to the entrance of the large fort. You can see there must be a big wall underneath. And then remains maybe a gatehouse there. Okay, here's maybe the best preserved roundhouse. It's sizable, yeah. It's smaller than our roundhouse, but yeah, can probably live in there. So, do you remember the ditch I pointed out at the beginning? It's that there. So there's a fort on this lower plane, and there's it has a double wall protecting it or enclosing it. Sheep are inspecting the wall. And by the way, this is public bridleway, so you're good for coming along here. So they've parked up at Bulby's Wood to go to Brough Law. I think it would be there somewhere. So there's a path going up, and then we're gonna go over these hills to find another hill fort called Wether. So we'll look at the map. So yeah, Middle Dean, that's the one that our roundhouse is named after. There are some settlements. Ingram Hill, Brough Law. Okay, so we could go this way to get to Wether Hill, which is where we're planning to go, because there's a couple more hill forts you can see from over there. Reconstruction of a timber house. It's strenuous, I like to hear that. Not. The sun is pretty hot at this point, so it's gonna be a walk and a half in the summer heat. I love how they call it permissive footpath. You are allowed to go this way. You may. Of course, if you live in Scotland, you're just not used to that. Everything is permissible. Permissive. Well, minus people's gardens, of course. Yeah, our other hill fort, Wether Hill, not Weathertop. Wether Hill, possibly. There's a lot of bell-shaped hills here. Somewhere up there. That kind of hill. It's level after level. False tops. I swear this is the top now. I can see the wall is gone. So the wall continues in that direction. That part seems to be enclosed as well, so I see, so it's probably the double wall here. We are not quite in the middle, but we're inside the Hillfort here. Next one. Interesting land divisions there. I think that one's middle Dean, you can see the wall. Boop. So we're looking for the turf cairns. There's some stones lying around here. Okay, we spotted something down the way. Oh, there's deer. So that's a turf Knowe cairn. It's pretty big. You can see the kist in the middle there. And then another depression right there, and like a stone. This is either two side by side, or this is the central one. And there might be a few more that we can't quite see properly. But this, what do you think? Do you think this one's central, or are they both kind of like just side by side?
That was definitely in the middle. So.
Okay, that one's in the middle. I have found Ingram Hill, even though it's not much of a hill. Can you see the ring? It's a landscape. There's a shape around it. You can sort of see two concentric circles. That's the path up to Wether Hill. You can see the walls on the top. All the paths up to Wether Hill are steep. But at the moment, going this way, it just remains all over. Look at this circular big wall, big area. No idea what it is, but there should be remains somewhere over there of a settlement called Haystacks. There we are, Haystack settlement. So a very quick look around. So you mostly can see a wall and a few depressions, possibly roundhouses. A few peaks. So it's just this open area more of the wall. I think it continues there. I think there should be some roundhouse remains. Yeah, that's a ring there. Then the bracken is growing growing in a shape, and it's sort of growing on top of a wall. Don't know how easy it is to see. Yeah, we're not going to be flying. We might have been able to see a little bit more, but if you happen to be here in the winter, you might see quite a bit. So it just extends from this on this whole plain and all the way up. So there's a collection of walls here which might be Middledene. Oh, there's a deer. Didn't catch that. Oh wait, there it was. Look at these massive walls. They're sort of half moon shaped. No, well, not half moon, but it's a semicircle. This is massive. And here's the middle. And then there's our deer over there. Middledene. It's kind of just in the field here, maybe that's why there's so many walls. This wall, and then some there. That seems to be some kind of entrance into the inner part. Just mostly walls made from turf, perhaps, though they are stones. It's maybe just very decayed, but it's a reasonable sized hill fort. Alas, we found an easier way, just also a path going along here, easier way to get to Wether Hill over there. Let's get a view of Middledene. Here's the two outside walls, and there's nothing on the steep end. So yeah, Middledene. Yeah, we made it to the hill fort that our Roundhouse is named after. It's the full extent of Middledene. Corners there, nicely sitting there for scale. this angle. Sorry, I keep saying Middledene, but it's Middledene Camp, the Hillfort. Yes, there it is, Hillfort, called Middledene Camp. On the way to Wether Hill, we're coming past Cochrane Pike, which is a settlement, but there's not a lot to see here, so we'll just be passing through. Ooh, the Northumberland Park. So these mountains, the Cheviots, behind us, behind you.
Yep.
The Cheviots. Okay, hills. Oh, the cairn worms are equally flat once you get up to them, what they consider mountains. So, I hope you can hear me over the wind, but here on the south side we have Cochrane Pike, one of the enclosed bits. I hope you can see the raised wall, and yeah, there's just traces of roundhouses in there. Let's see. You can see some hillforts from here. Humbleton Camp, this little one there, and Humbleton Hill. So that seems to be the other bit over there. So we are now heading to Wether Hill. I can see the wall. So we are approaching the walls of Wether Hill, and look at the view you get from it. It's quite beautiful. Yeah. You can also see Middledene Camp, pretty well known. Seems to be leading to the entrance though, this path. And if you look at Google Maps, there's a lot to see in the middle of this wall. This is why we saved the drone, the last drone battery, for this. Yeah, you can see the second wall as well here. Let's go up to the top. There's a dip here as well. To a wall running around. Some clouds showed up in the meantime. So here in the front you see again Humbleton Hill, the one we pointed at earlier. What is it called again? Humbleton Camp. And then hidden brown looking hill on the left. That's probably Castle Knowe Camp. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I can see walls. So that's what we think is Castle Knowe Camp. So what's over there? There might be some ramparts too. Thankfully we are going down the steep way and not up. So finally and lastly, we made it to Ingram Hill Camp. The sheep inside. Oh, it's quite large. Yes. Yeah, so it's pretty straightforward. Oh, I can see the deer in the distance there. Actually, yeah, there are deer. So Ingram Hill Camp is another settlement, enclosed settlement.
Yeah.
And there would be roundhouses around. So we'll just walk through it and have a look. For example, here's something that looks like it could be a roundhouse. The other side. It's pretty deer. So we are finally done with these hillforts. We might go visit more later, but we are making our way back to the car park. Look at that view. Sun. One more hillfort. Let's just look at that. It's hard not to admire this view. So this is Ros Castle Camp. You can see the sun is setting. If we speed up, we might get some leftover light to fly the drone. But that's from the looks of it on Google Maps, it's a big one. And we're also hoping to get a view over to the coast. Well, I can definitely see the coast. Lindisfarne. Lindisfarne is also on the bucket list. Let's have a little look around the landscape before we get started. Beautiful. So from the air, it's very apparent where the wall is. I think I can roughly see the edge there as well. But we're not gonna walk around the wall as we sometimes like to do, because it's just pure heather. Last morning. It's probably the prettiest view so far. The sun's just risen not too long ago. Time to have a coffee and some breakfast, and then we need to clean up and pack up and go to our last couple of destinations. Whee, that's us. Left it nice and tidy. Yeah, a thumbs up from us. That's probably the only, my only nemesis is this thing which doesn't react. Great, turned it on. This is the effect. Yeah. I don't know, I was pressing it for a solid minute yesterday and it didn't do anything. Anyway. The road trip continues. Bye bye, Roundhouses.